the station that's on your side. This is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
Well, tonight at 11, it's back-to-back. The Dogs are headed to the national championship again after their monumental, heart-stopping win against the Buckeyes. But first, the Aiken County Coroner's Office and South Carolina Highway Patrol are investigating a deadly single-car accident from earlier today. The coroner says Willis Frazier of Wagner, South Carolina, died inside Aiken Regional from his injuries. The deputy coroner says the call came into New Bridge Road around 11:30 a.m. When they got there, deputies say they found Frazier partially outside of his truck. They believe he was driving down the road when he crossed the center line, hit a fence, and flipped over. The coroner says a toxicology report is still on the way, but there are no other details available at this time. And one man wanted for an accident turned road rage in North Augusta on Friday is now behind bars. North Augusta public safety officers say the initial crash happened on the exit 1 ramp merging into the highway, where drivers argued afterwards about who was responsible. Officers say a truck then pulled up beside the accident, and 23-year-old Tymir Hill fought with the driver, later shooting a gun towards him and driving away. Truck driver followed him and called 911. From there, officials say Hill got out of his car and ran away on Courtney Drive with no shoes or phone. Officers say no one was hurt during this incident. Now, authorities started a search after that for near the Greenway area and Courtney Drive, but today, deputies say he was found and arrested in Candler County, Georgia. They say he will be extradited back to South Carolina on charges of attempted murder and possessing a gun during a crime.
On your side.
In just a few minutes.
Well, 2 people are dead from separate car accidents over the weekend in Orangeburg County. The first one, the South Carolina Highway Patrol is investigating, happened in the middle of the night on Friday. Troopers say a small car was driving down Highway 15 when it moved to the left side of the road and hit a tree. They say the driver died after the crash, and we've reached out to the coroner for more information on that victim. But then there's troopers that say a Mazda in a separate incident drove down Highway 301 with 3 people inside yesterday afternoon when it veered off the road and hit a tree as well. They say the driver and front seat passenger were rushed to a nearby hospital for their injuries, but one of the passengers in the backseat died at the scene. Now, the holidays typically include special get-togethers, often involving alcohol, which might not always be as easy to navigate, especially if someone is in addiction recovery. News 12's Sydney Hood joins us now. And Sydney, you spoke with 2 people who know this firsthand.
I did, Craig, and it can be really tough because they've been there, they've been in this situation. And something to look at here is this is Google's top 10 trending near me searches for Augusta. And if you scroll right down to number 10, you find AA meetings near me. And the 2 people that I spoke with, they know this subject all too well. What they shared with me is that the resources in our area and beyond, they are here to help you right now.
Addiction really took everything. I know people talk about rock bottom. Really the only place I had left to go was death. That was probably about the worst thing that could happen at that point.
At his breaking point, Corey Galgill knew he needed to make a change.
A light switch went off. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I was able to think clearly. And the taste of sobriety that I got in this time, I wanted to keep.
It's not easy to hold, especially around the holidays.
I didn't know how to do a sober holiday, right? That wasn't a thing for me. That wasn't a part of life. Sober holiday, I just didn't get it.
What Calgill did was get help. Samantha Laughlin did too.
It was going through the criminal justice system that ultimately put me at a crossroad to where I was going to go to prison or I was going to get better. And thank God I chose at that time to get better.
Better can be difficult.
It can be difficult because you want to spend time with them, but you also want to protect your recovery.
She braces herself for this time of the year with a plan.
I had to limit myself around those people, an hour at a time, and then have that extra plan to get out of those high-risk situations.
Despite the challenges, both Laughlin and Calgill found hope, something they help others do at the Bluff Recovery Center.
I found a program of recovery that helped me learn how to live life again.
I have purpose today. I have a light inside of me today instead of a darkness, and there is no better feeling than having a life excited to wake up to.
Today, Corey works as a case manager and Samantha as a certified addiction counselor. Combined, they have nearly nearly 10 years of sobriety, and they're just 2 stories of hope. The resources and advice they shared, it's all up on our website at wrdw.com.
Powerful and important story. Thank you, Sydney Hood. And there's still a couple more hours left where you or someone you know in need can get a ride this New Year's. Officials with AAA in Georgia offered their tow-to-go services throughout the holidays to help drivers get home safe at night. They will offer a free tow and ride up to 10 miles until 6 a.m. tomorrow.
All right, let's go through the next couple of hours.